Hello, I'm Daniel Komp. I'm the Chief Information and Technology Officer for Intelligent Netware, which I founded in 1997, along with my wife and business partner, the CEO, Angelina Muzik. We have delivered boutique media marketing and web technology services to companies all over the globe and been the founders and philanthropists behind Momtrepreneurs and Mentorpreneurs, which are entrepreneurship systems. And little credibility behind that, you can go to our website, click on reviews, and you'll see that some really fabulous people that we highly respect have recognized us and worked with us on a number of fabulous projects, and we're most appreciative for having gotten to know some of the greatest and nicest people that you could imagine. This video is to introduce you a little bit to our 7 series, which is our 7th product iteration, and in this case Tribe specifically is our latest product release that you'll definitely want to know about. As a Chief Information Officer, my greatest challenge is to give you enough information so you recognize that it's an iceberg, but not so much that you know everything that lies below the surface. So back to the site, if you click on Tribe, you'll find a comparison between what Tribe is and what you get for free with LinkedIn and Facebook. Essentially, ours is private, it's focused, it's owned, it's branded, and a complete list you'll find here of benefits, followed by a complete list of features, which are quite impressive. And then finally we conclude with a matrix of things like true cost of ownership and other considerations for using our tool. So let's have a bigger picture look, step back a little bit, tell you why we're building this and where we're going. You go to our video page, click on Edu Next, you'll see some of the people we're aligning ourselves with and the directions we're headed. I want to give you a few key thoughts from these videos.
There's a big difference between linear and exponential growth. If I take 30 steps linearly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I get to 30. If I take 30 steps exponentially, 2, 4, 8, 16, I get to 1 billion. It makes a huge difference. And that really describes information technology. Information technology progresses through a series of S-curves where each one is a different paradigm. So people say, well, what's going to happen when Moore's law comes to an end, which will happen around 2020? We'll then go to the next paradigm, 3-dimensional self-organizing molecular circuits. But what's even more amazing, really, than this fantastic scale of progress is look at how predictable this is. I mean, this went through thick and thin, through war and peace, through boom times and recessions. The Great Depression made not a dent in this exponential progression. We'll see the same thing in the economic recession we're having now. This is a completely different example. This is not Moore's law. The amount of DNA data we've sequenced has doubled every year. The cost has come down by half every year, and this has been a smooth progression since the beginning of the Genome Project. And halfway through the project, skeptics said, well, this is not working out. I mean, you're halfway through the Genome Project and you finished 1% of the project. But that was really right on schedule, because if you double 1% 7 more times, which is exactly what happened, you get 100%, and the project was finished on time. And all of this has fueled an increase, very smooth and predictable, of productivity. We've gone from $30 to $130 in constant dollars in the value of an average hour of human labor, fueled by this information technology. We are learning more and more about the human brain. Spatial resolution of brain scanning is doubling every year. The amount of data we're getting about the brain is doubling every year. And we're showing that we can actually turn this data into working models and simulations of brain regions. We ultimately will merge with this technology. It's already very close to us. When I was a student, it was across campus. Now it's in our pockets. What used to take up a building now fits in our pockets. What now fits in our pockets will fit in a blood cell in 25 years, and we will begin to actually deeply influence our health and our intelligence as we get closer and closer to this technology.
I think we have to do something that's not really, it's almost unacceptable to say, is which we have to begin to design the future. We can't pick the future, but we can steer the future. Our investment in trying to prevent pandemic flu is affecting the distribution of possible outcomes. We may not be able to stop it, but the likelihood that it'll get past us is lower if we focus on that problem. So we can design the future if we choose what kind of things we want to have happen and not have happen, and steer us to a lower risk place.
And now we're in this new model of leadership, where the way we make change is not by using money or power to lever a system. I call it the idea of tribes. What tribes are is a very simple concept that goes back 50,000 years. It's about leading and connecting people and ideas. And it's something that people have wanted forever. It's tribes, not money, not factories, that can change our world, that can change politics, that can align large numbers of people. Not because you forced them to do something against their will, but because they wanted to connect. That what we do for a living now, all of us, I think, is find something worth changing and then assemble tribes that spread the idea, and it becomes something far bigger than ourselves. It becomes a movement. And that means that the idea you create, the product you create, the movement you create isn't for everyone. It's not a mass thing. That's not what this is about. What it's about instead is finding the true believers. The Beatles did not invent teenagers. They merely decided to lead them. That most movements, most leadership that we're doing is about finding a group that's disconnected but already has a yearning, not persuading people to want something they don't have yet. Every once in a while, someone stands up and says, not me. Someone stands up and says, this one's important. We need to organize around it. And not everyone will. But you don't need everyone. You just need a few people who will look at the rules, realize they make no sense, and realize how much they want to be connected. Then together, we can get something that we all want. We're just waiting for someone to lead us. Michelle Kaufman has pioneered new ways of thinking about environmental architecture. She doesn't do it by quietly building one house at a time. She does it by telling a story to people who want to hear it, by connecting a tribe of people who are desperate to be connected to each other, by leading a movement and making change. And around and around and around it goes. So 3 questions I'd offer you. The first one is, who exactly are you upsetting? Because if you're not upsetting anyone, you're not changing the status quo. The second question is, who are you connecting? Because for a lot of people, that's what they're in it for. The connections that are being made one to the other. And the third one is, who are you leading? Because focusing on that part of it, not the mechanics of what you're building, but the who and the leading part is where change comes. You don't need permission from people to lead them, but in case you do, here it is. They're waiting, we're waiting for you to show us where to go next. So here's what leaders have in common. The first thing is they challenge the status quo. They challenge what's currently there. The second thing is they build a culture, a secret language, a 7-second handshake, a way of knowing that you're in or out. They have curiosity about the people in the tribe, curiosity about outsiders. They're asking questions. They connect people to one another. Do you know what people want more than anything? They want to be missed. They want to be missed the day they don't show up. They want to be missed when they're gone. And tribe leaders can do that.
So that's a lot of information to digest, right? Let me wrap that up for you. What you've seen is this increasing population, access to information, and the power of that information, as well as decreasing scale and costs of technology and information. And then you've also seen that at some point in the next 20 to 30 years, we have a convergence of all of these things. And we're suggesting that you have several paths that you can choose to design your future. And what we're encouraging you to do is to consider working with our team at making a difference by providing the tribe tool to people who have tribes and movements and things to change. So thanks for listening. I look forward to having some feedback with you. And if you'll get your strength finders and sign up at our site, then we'll be able to show you below the waterline what's going on in the product in actual use with other partners and allies. Thanks a lot.
Finally, they commit. They commit to the cause, they commit to the tribe, they commit to the people who are there. So I'd like you to do something for me, and I hope you'll think about it before you reject it out of hand. What I want you to do, it only takes 24 hours, is create a movement. Something that matters. Start. Do it. We need it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.